I'm not trying to fearmonger in this video or be overly dramatic, but I am going through something, and everybody that lives around me is going through the same thing right now. And I just thought this would be a great opportunity to maybe bring some awareness on being prepared for an emergency, especially as being a senior. So I live in southern British Columbia in the Okanagan Valley, in the South Okanagan Valley. Maybe some of you, depending on where you reside, have heard that we are experiencing, as I speak, some severe forest fires. In particular, there's one that is 20 kilometers north of me, and it's in a city called Summerland, British Columbia. And I've lived in British Columbia for the last 40 years. I've never seen anything like this. So all residents from this city, no matter where they live in the rural adjacent areas, have been evacuated. And typically what happens is you go onto an evacuation alert, you have some time to prepare, and if you have to be evacuated, they come and tell you, and at that point, you have zero time. They don't give a shit whether you have everything packed, whether you have your passport, whether you have your pets with you. Their primary concern, when I say they, I mean fire and police and emergency crews, their entire focus is on keeping you alive. And at that point, you have no time to start to prepare. So these people that were on evacuation alert were on evacuation alert for a very, very short time, typically much shorter than normal. So when the evacuation notice came, that's the point where you have to go. No matter what, you have to leave. So right now where I live, here's a view close to where I live. It's supposed to be a sunny day. Those mountains you can see are typically bright and green, and you can see them very, very clearly. So this just kind of gives you an idea of the smoke that's in the air, and I'm not even living in the area where the forest fire is currently active. It's they just declared a provincial state of emergency, which gives the province all the authority in the world, similar to COVID, to tell us to do what we have to do. I live about a half a kilometer from where the evacuation alert is, so I'm not currently on alert, but I'm prepared for the alert. I don't think we'll ever have to evacuate where I live, but that's my point, right? So these people that lived in this Summerland thought the same thing. So we have seniors about 200 seniors that got evacuated from assisted living or senior care homes, and many of them are, of course, not prepared, not mentally, not physically. It's a lot of them, their mobility issues. A lot of them had maybe no vehicle, nothing prepared for this. Now, especially if a senior lives on their own, maybe our family has moved, or maybe we don't have people near us that can support us. So we need to take care of this, and we need to be prepared for this. And I'm not going to go into everything you need to do. That would kind of take forever, and it's very individualized depending on where you live. So for example, if you own a house, never have your firewood stacked against your house. Never have your patio furniture right against your house, because the first thing the firefighters do when you're evacuated is they just throw everything to the middle of your yard that's attached to your house. Just a small example of how to be prepared. But more importantly is have your personal effects that you need, that you kind of can't live without. So I'm talking about, most photographs are on digital, but you probably have some photographs that you never want to lose, that can't be replaced. Passport, ID, bottled water, that type of thing. And there's a lot of resources you could look up on ChatGPT or Google and just ask, what should I pack to be prepared for in the event of an emergency where I have to evacuate, or something like that. Pets, a lot of us seniors, we still have cats and dogs. And if you're not at home when your property's evacuated and your pets are at home, you're not going to go back for your pets if they've kicked you out. So we need to have preparedness for that. And this is just another example. Where is your cat or dog going to go in event that you are evacuated and you can't take that pet with you? How are you going to notify your loved ones that you're safe or you're not safe? Have your communication ready for them. We just truly, really need to be prepared in case you're told to go at a moment's notice, because I can tell you again firsthand that it's one thing to be on evacuation alert. It's like being a little over safe and we're never going to get evacuated. Well, you tell the 20,000 people that got evacuated from a city, the middle of a city where there's no forest upon them or close to them, you tell them that they're not going to get evacuated because these people had very little notice. And we've had structural loss. We've had one that we know of, loss of life. It's serious stuff. And when they come to tell you, you got to get out, you got to get out. Like I said, they don't fuck around with this. They just get you out. So always be prepared for this with yourself, with your pets, with the belongings that you can't lose. On how are you going to notify, who are you going to notify, who's your safe person, all of these things. Be prepared, because I'm telling you what we're going through right now. Majority of people were not prepared, and we're seeing this. The city that I live in, these 20,000 evacuees, because the highways cut off north, they're pretty much coming to Penticton of a population of 36,000. So we are running around like crazy trying to accommodate everybody, keeping everybody safe and fed, emotional support, physical support. So imagine the seniors that are coming into this environment unprepared. This could happen to any one of us at any time. It doesn't take much effort to be prepared in case you have to leave at a moment's notice. Really hope this helped. My thoughts and prayers are with the people that are evacuated, the people that have lost their homes in Summerland right now, the people that don't know if they have a home to go back to, and let's just hope that this ends well for everybody. So thanks again for listening, and everybody take care of yourself.